Standing here at Pier 45 in San Francisco, you're looking at a true piece of living history, the SS Jeremiah O'Brien. This ship was built in 1943 during the height of World War II, at a time when the United States was racing against the clock to supply Allied forces across the world. It's known as a Liberty ship, designed to be built quickly, efficiently, and in massive numbers. In fact, over 2,700 Liberty ships were constructed during the war. But today, only a handful still exist, and the Jeremiah O'Brien is one of the very few that remains fully intact and operational. The purpose of these ships was simple but critical. They carried everything needed to sustain the war effort: food, ammunition, vehicles, and supplies, across dangerous waters filled with enemy submarines and constant threat. And this ship didn't just serve, it played a role in one of the most important events in modern history. On June 6, 1944, the Jeremiah O'Brien was part of the D-Day. As Allied forces stormed the beaches of France, ships like this one delivered the supplies and equipment that made the operation possible. But what makes visiting this ship today so special is the experience. As soon as you step on board, you're welcomed by friendly and knowledgeable volunteers who bring the ship's history to life. You can tell they're passionate about preserving this piece of history, and they make the visit even more meaningful. Walking through the ship, you eventually reach the center, where there's a museum and a small gift shop right inside the heart of the vessel. It's a unique moment, standing inside a real World War II ship, surrounded by artifacts, photos, and stories from another era. It doesn't feel like a typical museum. It feels real. After the war ended, most Liberty ships were scrapped and lost to history. The Jeremiah O'Brien was placed into the reserve fleet, essentially retired and waiting to be dismantled. But thanks to a group of dedicated volunteers and historians, this ship was saved. In the 1970s, restoration efforts began to bring the O'Brien back to life. And what makes this ship truly incredible is that it's not just preserved, it still works. Its original steam engine is still intact, still operating, and still capable of taking the ship out to sea. In fact, in 1994, the Jeremiah O'Brien made an incredible journey back across the Atlantic Ocean to Normandy for the 50th anniversary of D-Day, becoming one of the only original ships from that invasion to return under its own power. Today, the ship stands as a floating museum, allowing visitors to walk the decks, explore the engine room, and experience what life was like for the sailors who served aboard her. But more than that, it represents something bigger: the scale, sacrifice, and determination of a generation that helped shape the modern world. When you step onto this ship, you're not just visiting a museum, you're stepping into history.